All right, guys. Hey, welcome back. My name's Corey with ContentFold, one of the co-creators of ContentFold. And today we want to talk about why AI creates so much AI slop, why it just generally fails when it takes content and tries to turn it into written form or any other form for that matter. And why you see so much on the internet where people are saying this is AI slop and that's AI slop. And there's a reason for it. And we ran into this. It was a giant brick wall for us. Probably 3-4 months ago, we were running into this in major ways because ContentFold's entire purpose is to repurpose your video or podcast content and turn it into other types of content for you automatically so that you can be in more places. That being said, this was a major hurdle for us. And in order to figure out why it creates AI slop, we had to put a lot of content through it and we had to really just dive in deep. And what we found was most people are just using AI incorrectly. They're trying to use a hammer when a wrench is what's needed. They're using the tool completely wrong. What I mean by that is AI, when you give AI content, it doesn't know how to suss out the important parts of that conversation. It doesn't weight one part of the conversation as being more important or more relevant than another part of the conversation. AI tends to average the conversation out. If you talk about, I don't know, if we're talking about this and I talk about, a Sharpie, and making notes with a Sharpie, and I mentioned this Sharpie 6-7 times throughout the video, but I only mentioned the topic of the video one time, AI is going to give more weight to the Sharpie. It's going to show up in your written form. So AI averages, and it weights everything equal, and that's why it turns out what most people refer to as AI slop. So in order to get it to not do that, you have to be able to break a conversation up. For example, this video, if I was to feed this back in to AI or through ContentFold system, you have to be able to wait out the different parts of this conversation, of this video and this content, and tell it where to give more weight to and where to give less weight to, what pieces are important, which pieces are not important. And then even above and beyond that, you have to say, okay, now we need to put the human back in this. It'll dump out the conversation. If we break it up and tell it which pieces are important, which are not, and which ones have more weight and which ones have less, it does a decent piece of content. Not great. It does a decent piece of content. Now, to actually take it one step further and go over that line, we need to give it the personality back from the original content. And that's one thing we've gotten really good at ContentFold, is building a personality and a voice profile so that the system actually learns everything from how you speak and key phrases you use often, the cadence of your voice, how fast do you talk? Do you talk with a southern drawl? Like all those things, it learns the personality profile of the creator you're using it for, and then it can re-inject that back into the content. And that is the difference. That's the big switch in just dumping a video transcript or something like that into AI and say, make a blog post, versus weight the conversation, tell it which parts of the conversation are important, tell it which parts of that conversation should have more weight than the others, and then push the human profile back into it, push the human feel and the intricacies of what makes a human over AI, get that back into the content. And that's kind of the thing we were struggling with the most, and it's one of the things we're most proud of getting past. And while ContentFold does evolve and change and get better every day, that was one of our very first huge hurdles, and it's the hurdle we see most people out there creating AI-driven content struggling with today. So for anyone watching this, whether you're using ContentFold or doing it with your own AI and just creating it by hand, that is the key hurdle to get past. Hope this helps someone out there who is struggling with AI content. And if you have any questions, let us know in the comments below. And if you'd like to join the beta program for ContentFold and maybe hop on and test some of your content with our system, there's a sign up in the webpage down towards the bottom. We hope to see you there. We'll see you next time.